Hey folks, Greg Gutierrez here. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Frenzy Bait umbrella rig, Alabama rig, whatever you want to call it, 7-wire fish catching machine. Just going to show you how I've been rigging it and what's been working for me. So what I'm doing is this one here is a skirted one. I've already rigged it with hooks on it and everything, but what I've done is I've also taken the swivels off and I put on these holder pins for my dummy baits. And so, you know, in California we have to throw the three hooks, and then we have to have dummy baits. The most we can have is 3 hooks on it. Other states you can have multiple hooks, but you know, here this is how we do it. One of my preferred choices is that depending upon the water, I use either a bright shad color, or if it's dirty water, I'll use a bright shad color to cut it, to reflect in there. Or if it's really clear like this water here, I'll use a duller, more subdued color like this bad shad from Reaction Innovation. So what I do is I go through and I'll pin these up and put these baits on really quick. It goes really super fast when you use it this system this way. You don't have to worry about not getting your baits on straight. Everything usually lines up just right. And I put my 4 dummy baits on. Again, I like these Reaction Innovation baits because they're saltier, they're heavier, they add a little bit more weight to the bait to sink it down, and that allows me to throw a little bit lighter head with a little bit heavier hook, so that if I do get bigger fish, then I don't have to worry about them straightening out. These ones I rigged for striper on the Sacramento River, so I took off the snaps and I put on just plain old snap rings so that I wouldn't have to worry about it. And then again, I use a subdued color Reaction Innovation swim bait, and I just slide those babies on like so. Use my 3 different colors, and of course then my center bait. So what I have is, let me get it pinned up here. I have my 4 top baits are the dummy baits. I got a hooked center bait and then 2 lower baits, and that's it. That's how it's set up. One of the things I really want to point out to you and stress is that you need to have a rod set up to throw an Alabama rig. I throw an iRod. It's an iRod IRG 710, and it's the Bama rig special. This rod is set up for it. It's got the right tip. It's got good backbone. It's got a little bit longer handle. Allows you good leverage to just really chunk this bait. You get good distance with it, but in turn, it's got a tip that allows you to really feel the bite, and allows the fish to get the bait in, so when you sweep on them, it's it, and then the fight's on. I've landed 8-9 pound fish with this rig, and hasn't phased it at all. And then of course, good heavy braided line. Pick your choice. I use spider wire. I like 50 pound to 65 pound because it allows me to cast. And then you want a reel set up to do it, a good wide spool, something set up to throw a heavy swim bait. Don't use a regular casting reel. You'll spool yourself out on your cast because these things can really chunk them out there. And you really want a good, real low speed, something that you can really work the bait. So let me show you what it looks like in a cast, and when it's all together and it's set up. Ready? Here we go. The bait casts a country mile. The rod allows you to do it. You can feel the sensation of the baits wiggling. And even when the most subtle hits and taps when the fish come up, you can feel them in the rod. And the heavier line allows you to get a good firm hook set. So anyhow, these are just some tips and the way I've been using this the 7-wire Frenzy Bait 7-wire rig. Um, the rod, the reel combo, the bait themselves. This to me is a perfect setup. I've been really successful on all the lakes with this thing. Just try these tips at home and get out to your lake and try them, and you'll be successful too.